Well, we know that Anthony Scaramucci was not wanted in that role, that the Chief of Staff, Ryan Preibus, and in most White Houses, the Chief of Staff, obviously the President always has the final word, but in most White Houses, the Chief of Staff is extremely influential and makes most of the big staffing decisions, or at least the President listens to him. And Ryan Preibus did not want Anthony Scaramucci to come to the White House, and that's a dynamic that was going on for about 6 months. He blocked Scaramucci from meeting privately with the president, but finally Scaramucci got the president's attention and he got the job, despite Reince's objections. Yeah. We saw a press conference a week ago where Scaramucci tried to say things were papered over, and since then, since that week, there were a number of stories that came out that were critical of Scaramucci, and Scaramucci believed they all came from Reince. Yeah. So when he saw me Wednesday night report about a private dinner that Scaramucci and some others had with President Trump, for whatever reason, Scaramucci believed that that information came from Reince Preibus, and he called me to ask me about it.
Yes. And all hell broke loose.
That's where the interview started.
I think it's fair to say,
That's where the
Ryan.
interview started. He called me.
And for people who may have been in a hermetically sealed cave yesterday and somehow missed the news of your incredibly whatever, a lot of fireworks. I mean, I'm trying the word. I'm struggling for the word.
And she's an author.
So much.
You don't know how to say this in a nice way.
Of course, I will attempt to read a portion of the phone call.
Careful.
That
one of our
captured.
clips may be awake.
I tried this on air yesterday. It's not as easy as it looks.
I'm going to try it. Here's just a portion. Of what Scaramucci told you. Reince is a blanking, paranoid, schizophrenic, a paranoiac, Scaramucci said. He channeled Preibus as he spoke. Oh, Bill Shine is coming in. Let me leak the blanking thing.
Flipping?
And see if I can blank these people the way I blanked Scaramucci. For 6 months. Chris is doing an excellent job of being my censor. Look, the point here is Scaramucci appears to be a volatile person. I don't know if you would agree with that assessment or if you think that's fair. He also doesn't seem to understand the rules of journalism. He wanted you to reveal your sources to him, and he told you that you would be a patriotic American if you would. He also doesn't seem to understand the rules of off the record. So tell us where today your impressions are of this phone conversation you had with Scaramucci.
Yeah, I mean, that's how the interview started. He called me and started asking me about how I knew about this dinner, and started basically, as he worked himself up, started talking about it as if it was just a fact that Reince had leaked it to me. And I've said this publicly now a couple of times yesterday. Reince did not leak that to me. He was not the source. I know this privately. I know that Scaramucci now knows one of my sources about that dinner, because that source actually went to Scaramucci and told him that this person was a confirming source. And it's not very interesting, frankly, to confirm to journalists who the president is having dinner with. It happens all the time. It's frankly one of the things that the White House is fairly open about when you go to them. So it was a little strange that the dinner itself set him off, but the backstory is he had been increasingly upset, paranoid that negative stories in the press were coming from the Chief of Staff.
Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening me.
Really funny. Really funny.